Kevin Brown has always looked out for his little brother, even if it meant following him over to the Middle East. His brother Joe enlisted in the Army Reserves as a junior in high school.
I'm the type that wants to do everything in life, you know. I want to say I did it, and I thought, why not? And so I came home and I said, I'm going to enlist. Mom and Dad, will you sign the papers? And
that triggered a series of events. Kevin, nearly 8 years older, was a college graduate, working in his field of study, and engaged to be married.
And next thing I know, I find out that he's in my unit. And so I go to my next drill, and I look at the sign-in sheet, and under First Platoon, right under my name, it says Kevin Brown.
I'm very protective of my family, and him as my little brother. When I was looking at joining too, actually, I was looking at joining and doing something completely different, until I found out that I knew that there's a possibility that he was getting deployed. And last minute, I ended up changing my MOS and changing where I was going to go. Because I told myself, if he's going over there, I'm going with him.
Yep, Kevin enlisted, even though in March of 2016 he'd married his wife, Kelsey. That protection instinct was too great, and so
we got married, and a couple days later we left for Mexico for a week for a honeymoon, and came back, and we ended up renting a cabin out on Lake Miltona for about a week to a week and a half, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm hopping on a plane and I'm out of here.
Kevin and Joe trained together in the 312th Engineering Company in Fort Bliss, Texas.
So I knew we were going to deploy, and I told Kevin, I said, you know, I'm pretty sure we're going to get deployed. When we got back in October, we got our deployment orders. So it said, you know, you're getting called up for 400 days active duty for deployment overseas, you know.
So day one, we left, went overseas together. Yeah, we thought we were going to be together a whole 9 months. I thought, you know, being away from family and my friends, you know, during the holiday season, at least I'll have my little brother there with me for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we found out real quick that was not going to happen.
I went to 4 different bases in Kuwait. I stayed up in the most northern base for about a month and a half, did a project. My brother wasn't there, I was there.
The two spent time in both Afghanistan and Kuwait, but only 3 months in the same place.
We actually spent Thanksgiving and Christmas apart, and yeah, we were in different areas, and you know, there are times we're wondering, well, what, you know, for me, what's my little brother doing? You know, how's he doing?
Then one day, Kevin got a knock at his door.
I actually was in Afghanistan for Thanksgiving. I actually replaced my brother. So it was kind of funny because I knocked on his door, he opened it, and I said, well, hi, you know. And he knew I was coming, but he wasn't too thrilled because he didn't want to leave.
Although Kevin's wife was extremely supportive of his decision, it didn't make it easy to be apart. Kevin says it was also another woman in his life who provided strength and support, his mom, Sue.
She's one of the strongest people I know. She's able to get through anything.
Kevin says he's thankful he and his brother were able to serve when they did. He says a couple of years ago, that portion of the world was a much more unstable place. Regardless, he says,
I'm glad we did it together. I think it was a great experience for both of us. It brought us a lot closer.
You can be sure their next holidays spent together will be something they'll be much more grateful for. For the Voice of Alexandria, I'm Joe Krakowski.
Maybe that's what it is. She thinks she needs to go in the grass first or something. Aww.
You good girl? Ball. Okay, get out of your teeth.
Yeah, I was going to say, take her to the grass. Take her to the grass.
Roll up. Roll up. How are you playing again?
Come here. Jazz, come here.
Boeing, South Carolina hosted a special guest on June 7th, Private First Class Joshua Case, and he had a special mission to accomplish during his visit.
We are here to surprise my dad. I haven't seen him in over a year, and it's going to be a great surprise.
Joshua and his dad, John, a fabricator for Boeing, South Carolina Emergent Operations, have a special bond.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
The site's security and fire protection team understood the significance of this reunion and took it upon themselves to make it a special day for Joshua and his father.
The majority of my team, the security and fire protection team, are military vets or law enforcement personnel, and we really wanted to make this a very special occasion for PFC Case and his father. I coined PFC Case when he arrived. I will also present him with a U.S. Army flag that was flown over Boeing, South Carolina yesterday, as well as a United States of America flag.
Joshua had only one goal in surprising his father.
I hope he cries. That's all I want. I just want to see him cry.
The motorcade made its way on site and to the 787 Final Assembly Building. Private First Class Case, his wife, and their Boeing escort party made their way to the staging area and waited for his dad's arrival. The only thing left to see was, would Joshua get his wish? Joshua's big surprise came just a day after Tropical Storm Colin peppered the Charleston area with heavy rains and winds. Once John had some time to take it all in, he summed up what the experience meant to him.
I woke up, normal day, and I knew I was thinking about the weather and what kind of a day it was going to be, and it stopped raining and the sun's shining. My son's here. Couldn't be a better day. Couldn't be a better day.
As soon as it gets advertised, I put it in. He was like, why didn't you fly last time?
Fall out into the buses, all right? Fall out. Get my last kiss.
Hey, Allison.
far as like racer input, or is there any like coordinating?
Yeah, just like you said, racer input. I built the ladders. I built the ladders. I put all the racer information in, that kind of thing.
Okay, awesome. And can you tell me your name and title?
Ashley Mack. ASHLEEMACK.
Okay, are you daughter?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
She's just out helping me.
Yeah, learning the ropes.
Oh, you are? Okay, awesome. Okay. All right, good
She's
stuff.
here for moral support.
So, tell me a little bit about why you're here today.
I've been out here for about 6 years. I'm out just helping out. We volunteer. We're volunteer staff. All of us are volunteers. And we just come out, we have fun. My husband is the announcer. He works at the top of the tower.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah, my family's out here now. They're behind you. We did a car show last night. They helped organize that car show. Today is our nostalgia race. It's our biggest race of the year. They come in from Reading, they come from Oregon, we get them from Petaluma, they come in from everywhere. So it's a big race. We have what we call a redwood wally today, which is only made for us here at this track. Which is pretty neat. And we have the jet tracks.
Shady! Who is that? Who is it? Oh my goodness. No, it doesn't matter.
La la la.
Hello.
Smile for the camera. Yeah, you look gorgeous. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Are you f***ing kidding me? Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh my god. Hi, dude.
Hi, Sandy.
Holy shit. What?
Now you know how I felt last year.
Sure, it's funny now, isn't it?
You don't step on my guitar.
Then she won't love you quite so much.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm cursing so much.
No, it's
oh my
okay.
god. Look at
You
you.
look good.
You look good.
Yeah, the recording's gonna go.
Oh my god. How long are you home for?
24 days.
Oh my god. Shady. Oh my, when did you find out you were coming back? You asshole, you didn't tell me. Oh, thank you. How did you guys know?
Since Wednesday.
I was just thinking today I hadn't talked to you in so long. Not so long, like a week, but that's a while. Oh my god. And Delaney and Tom are about to get back, so that's perfect timing. And I'm seeing that. When did you get here?
9 o'clock this morning.
Okay. Woo!
Do you miss somebody?
Yeah.
Who do you miss?
My dad?
Your dad? Turn around.
It was a moment months in the making as the sailor returned from deployment and surprised his 3 children at school. Navy Chief Petty Officer Rodriguez Hope spent the last 7 months in Japan. It was his 8th deployment. His first stop back was surprising all 3 of his kids at school. He started with his 10 and 7-year-old sons and then his oldest daughter.
It was surreal, you know. I never thought this day would come. It's been a long time, you know.
Hope says he's looking forward to taking his family to Disney World.
Before you go, we have a special guest joining us today, all the way from Afghanistan, Army Specialist Scott Hultquist.
It was extremely emotional. It took me a second to see him as I was walking in. Some people were in front of them, and as soon as I saw him, I just was overwhelmed with joy And as they were running to me, I remember going down to my knee and just opening my arms and hugging them for the first time in 10 months. It's just a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
It was amazing, and I couldn't hear what was going on behind me because I was just so focused on him and the kids and how incredible it is to have him back.
My wife and I have loved Disney our entire lives, born and raised here, and we always come to the Liberty Singers. We're a very patriotic family, and we decided to contact them and see what they could do for us, and they made all of this awesomeness happen today, and it was wonderful.
I'm going to tell my friends that my daddy came back, and it was like a miracle or something.
Now we're just going to enjoy ourselves and go do the parks and the pools and whatever we can do to have fun, and just go with it.
Surprise! Surprise!
We're going to surprise Cherise right now with William.
I miss you too.
Surprise!
Baby, don't get up there.
I love my brother.
I know, he's right next to you.
Nene, what did you say you wanted when you opened your eyes?
My brother.